Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. Thank you for joining me today. So today is just going to be me showing you my Shop My Stash from last week, and I'll be going into a little bit more detail about what I chose and if I liked it and if anything's being decluttered. As per usual, that's what I do on a Monday, and then on a Wednesday I actually put a new Shop My Stash up. I just find it easier this way, just because they were getting to the point where they were like 40 minutes long, and I personally don't like to sit down and watch a Shop My Stash that's 40 minutes long. So yeah, I mean 20 minutes to half an hour is fine, but when it gets past that half an hour mark, I tend to lose interest, and that's just me on a personal level. So yeah, let's go and see what I pulled for last week and talk about it in more detail. Right, so let's just talk about these two palettes first. I had to pull this out just because I didn't like, in this palette there are some transition shades, but in this palette, which I'm going to talk about in a second, there isn't. So I mean, I could have used the bigger palette for the transition shades, but I just don't get a lot of use out of this, so I thought I would pull this out. And I think I did this separately. I don't think I did it on camera, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like. It's just a basic naked palette. So that's what it looks like. Like I said, it is just a basic naked palette. The only shades I've really been using are WS, I think that's Walk of Shame, isn't it? Naked Free. I tried this as an inner corner highlight, but it wasn't vibrant enough, and I think I used this on the brow bone Foxy. Really like it, and I will be pulling this more just to basically get use out of it. And then finally I can put this back in the collection. I've had this out about 2 or 3 weeks now. It's the Makeup Revolution and Solve X, the original palette, so it was the very first palette that they brought out together. And I will be honest, I do prefer the, I think it's called the Extra Spice or something like that, the second palette that they did together, just because it's my kind of shades. I really like the warm toned shades that are in there, but I did really enjoy this. I'll tell you the shades that I really enjoyed. I liked the golds up at the top, so Grow Old, Sparks Fly, Smoky Bronze. I even like that Mixed Berries, which I was really surprised at. So I don't normally do purples. Petrol is a favourite of mine, and so's Pine Tree. And then yesterday I just did a no matte look with Cloudberry and Pumpkin, and it looked so nice. Really loved it. I like Festive Flame and Copper Coin as well. The only ones that I didn't really use are these darker shades, so Mug Cake, Rosewood, Nightmare. I don't know if I used Pug, but the rest of the shades, everything in here I've used. I used Champagne as an inner corner highlight. I didn't like it, but most of the palette I absolutely love. I think they've done an excellent job with this collaboration. So yeah, that can go back in the collection now. And then these palettes, these haven't been used. Well, I've used this today. I've got the turquoise on today. Which I can't get into. So I've got that turquoise on today, and it is such a beautiful eyeshadow. I think these brighter palettes will have to stay in for another week. No, it's not ideal because we're actually in autumn, but I do actually want to use them. I mean, I've not had any use out of them in summer, so I do want to get a little bit of use out of them. So that's that one, and then we've got 2 more in this little thing here. So what I'm going to do, I don't normally pull a new Shop My Stash until Wednesday anyway. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to use this Deck of Scarlet one, and then that can just go away. Having trouble getting into it. It's edition 5, I think. Yeah, edition number 5. So yeah, I want to try these eyeshadows and that bronzer just to make sure I actually like the palette, and if I don't I can declutter it. So I'll be using that tomorrow. And then I've got this one, it's going to have to stay in for another week, like the Huda Beauty. But the thing is, I had it in my mind, an eyeshadow palette that I do want to pull by Makeup Revolution. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I definitely want to use those greens and that turquoise colour in the middle row. So yeah, I'm probably just going to pull one palette this week, which is the Makeup Revolution one. It's the Lemon Drizzle palette. It really gives me like Urban Decay honey vibes. I've swatched some of the shades and they really remind me of that, and I do want that Urban Decay honey palette, but if I can dupe the eyeshadows in my collection, then I'm just not going to bother with it, because they are a lot of money. They're £42 and I can't really justify spending £42 on a palette at the moment, not when I've got so many. So yeah, that will probably stay in for another week. Just move that out of the way for a minute. And then this one is going to stay in for another week as well, just so I can then actually say I've used those eyeshadows. So yeah, and then these will go back, they'll go back into the collection. And then let's just go into the drawer. I've really been enjoying using this palette. I've only used one shade out of it, so it's the Beyond Radiance palette. I think it's really good. Well, this shade is, I can only speak for that shade. And it's really good for setting your under eye concealer. So yeah, I'd recommend it for that. Really pretty. So that's probably going to be staying in. I didn't know whether I would actually be getting rid of this Sunkissed Tropical Bronze palette, but I enjoyed using it, so I'm going to keep it in the collection for now. But it actually can go back. I've been using this every day that I've worn makeup, and it's the Maybelline Fit Me Luminous Smooth in 115. I could probably have done with 100, to be honest. It is a little bit too dark, but yeah, it's wearable, and I will finish it. I think I'll put that back, actually. Yeah, we'll put that one back. I didn't wear this one at all, so I think I'm going to keep this in and maybe just not pull another foundation, just have one foundation for the coming week. So leave that in. Didn't use this because I used this palette. Right, what I'm going to do then in that case is put that back and just see how I like this one. Use this as an eyeshadow primer. I quite liked it, so we'll keep that in. Still not used the tissue mask, even though I said I was going to try and use it this week. I don't know, maybe I'll use it in the next couple of days. Use this quite well, about 2 or 3 times, just to double check that I do still want it in the collection. It's the PS Beauty Mermaid Glow, and I do actually really like it. So I'm gonna keep that for now, but it can go back in the collection. Then we've got this one. It's the Essence Oz Great Powerful. It says it's a highlighter powder. Now when I swatched it, it didn't have any highlighter in, so I thought I could use it as just a normal face powder, but it does have a little bit of glitter in, so I am going to declutter it. I might ask my niece if she wants it, but failing that, it can just be decluttered into the bin. Really enjoyed using this Spackle Hydrating Moisturising Under Makeup Primer. Wow, that's a mouthful, by Laura Geller. So I'm going to put it away because obviously I don't want to use it all up in one go. You know, I want to pull other primers, so that can go away. I didn't use this because I was using that moisture primer. I used that more, so I do want to use this up. I mean, you can see there is barely anything left, it's just there. So we'll be keeping that out. That's the only primer, sorry, that's the only moisturiser I've got. Now I really didn't want to get rid of this, but it's time, guys. It's time to actually get rid of the Makeup Geek in Moon Phase. Let's see if I can open it. It's a bit of a hot mess, actually, you know. I've had to basically scrape the top off to even get any pigmentation, and I just don't like the way it looks on my skin. It just sits there. It doesn't really blend in well. So yeah, I will be getting rid of that. What else do I have here? Nothing there. Right, so put that back there. I didn't use this because my eyes were alright. I mean, I used that moisturiser that the pharmacy told me to use, and they started getting better. They weren't itching, so I didn't use that. I think I'm going to put it back because I don't think I'll use it next week, and I'm going to put these that Charlotte Tilbury one back, and also the Kiko one back, because I didn't use them either. I only pulled them just in case I couldn't wear powders, and it was fine. Use this, I actually quite like it, so it's going to stay in the collection for a while longer. I'll use it till Wednesday, and then I'll choose another powder. It's the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. I've been using this as well just to get that extra glow, and I quite like it. I don't use a lot, I just use it on the cheekbones and then put foundation over the top. So yeah, that's staying. I've been using this lipstick. I've had a while now, and it's not a lipstick, it's more a lip treatment, like a lip oil, and it's Lancome Lip Lover in the shade Rose Ballet. But the reason I've kept the packaging is because on the actual lipstick it doesn't say anywhere what the shade is. It just says 313. It doesn't say Rose Ballet, so I'm gonna keep it in this packet just so I can refer the shade instead of saying 313. I don't like it when companies just put numbers. I actually prefer a shade. Is anyone else like that? I mean, I might be on my own there, but I actually do prefer a shade to actually a number or a letter. These palettes here, I've only really used the Chloe one, and I am in love with it. These powders are just, they blend out like a dream. They're so creamy and buttery. I've used this the last 2 days now, and it's something that I recommend. I mean, even at full price, even if you can't get them at TK Maxx like I did with mine, they are worth it for full price. Yeah, I just think they're really good. I mean, it's only £10. If you're paying full price, I think they retail at £40, and it's only £10 like a powder, and that's great value for Becca's products. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I'll probably use it till Wednesday and then put it back in the collection. I'll just put it there for now. I have worn this one. I wore it before I got the Chloe one, and I did actually really like it, but I haven't worn it this week. So what I'll probably do is put the Chloe one away, and then for this week's Shop My Stash, I will probably leave this one out. Then we've got all these items here, which I didn't use. I might leave that in. I might actually leave that in this little compartment here, just because I don't ever recall using it, so I don't know how I feel about it. Then we've got this primer. Got all these items here that haven't been used, so they'll probably have to stay in. I knew that I pulled a brow pencil, but I've been using actually my brow powders, and I've made significant progress on that for the project pan, which I'll be filming very, very soon. That will probably go up on Friday next week. I know it'll be a bit late, but obviously this will go up, well, this should be going up today. I just need to obviously film it now and edit it, and then it will go up. And then the Shop My Stash will go up Wednesday, and then the project pan will have to go up Friday, which is a little bit later than I would want, but I'm doing those in 3 videos a week. Not used any of them this week. Not used this highlighter either. But there's still time, actually, you know, I have still got another day to use products. Really enjoyed using this Anastasia Peachy Love blusher. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell you the one that I used. Oh, I didn't realise they all had names on. So you get Nectarine, Ginger and Miami, and I've been using Miami when I've used it. It's just a gorgeous orange blusher, and I don't have anything like it in the collection. So yeah, I won't open it up because it takes me ages. And then we're going to these blushes here. Not used any of these, so obviously these will have to stay in. So this one is in the shade Berry Me Up. That one is in the shade Peach Me Up. And then we've got the 2 Laura Geller ones. I might just keep one of these Laura Geller ones in. I've used Pink Grapefruit quite a bit, I think. Now what I'll do is I'll keep Pink Grapefruit in, and I'll take this one out, and then maybe the following week I'll pull it back in. So that honeysuckle one is going back. So still quite a few things in. So we've got all this. I mean, I do still want to play around with this a little bit more. I'm going to keep that in as well. And I know that there's another blusher that I want to pull in. So there is tons of blushes there. I'll tell you what, we'll take an Essence one out. So I know that I probably will like this one. This is Peach Me Up, and I do tend to go for more like peach blushers. So we'll keep Berry Me Up in just in case, well, just to see how I feel about it. We'll keep all this in here, and then obviously that's my lip oil, so that stays in. Put that there, and then we're going to keep this in. This is the Malika palette, so it's just all that there. This needs to come out, needs to go in my makeup bag. Right, and then it's a case of putting all this away. And the next video will be showing you what I pulled for my Shop My Stash. If you've not already subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would think about subscribing, and so would those guys there. It would mean so much to us, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.